Inspiration is in the air. It's that time of year again, when we start looking forward to the goals we want to set and the things we want to accomplish in the coming year. During this time, it's not hard to be inspired. Everyone around us has the same mindset. Let's get better this year.
I kind of like to think that this time of year is sort of like when you decided to start a new diet and you're super motivated because you just finished stuffing yourself with your favorite meal. Like, it's never easier for me to decide that I want to get shredded than it is after I've filled myself to my eyeballs with sushi and chocolate chip cookies, which in this context actually sounds pretty disgusting. Or kind of like right now, it's not hard for me to fantasize about my future when I'm sitting in a literal paradise in Puerto Rico. And the same way that it's way easier to start a diet after we've just finished our favorite meal, it's never going to be easier than it is right now to set lofty goals and daydream about the future because it's in the air. But here's the thing, it's easy to imagine achieving a goal from this perspective because we don't have to be realistic about what the work itself is going to feel like. I say feel like and not be like because we all know in theory what the work is going to be like. We just have to make sure we get to the gym on time, or we just have to make sure we meal prep, or we just have to make sure that we post X times a week. And these things are easy to imagine because they're just facts. They're just the logistics of what trying to reach our goals will look like, but that isn't what matters. What does matter, and the thing that I'm trying to spend some time mentally preparing for, is what these things are gonna feel like how it's gonna feel to wake up at 5 a.m. to make sure I can fit everything in. It's gonna feel like shit. Or the feeling of trying to pursue YouTube this year while knowing that those videos are gonna take a ton of effort and for the foreseeable future are gonna have no real audience. The feeling that I have now of setting the goal to make $1 million off my social media business this year, and the overwhelm that comes with knowing what it will take to achieve that. It feels impossible and it feels like shit. The feeling of wanting to quit, you guessed it. It's gonna feel like shit. I have to prepare for those feelings because I know they're coming. Because no matter what the goal is, they always do. Change is hard, and in order to truly change, we have to find our why. We have to ask ourselves what the deeper reasons for the personal goals that we're setting for ourselves are, so that when things do start to feel like shit, we have it in us to do them anyway. I want to pursue YouTube this year because I want to be able to make a living creating freely without limitation, and I want to be able to connect with other people while I do it. And I want to make $1 million this year because I know what it's like to get hit with a life-changing medical diagnosis and have to spend every penny that you've ever made and ask other people for money to fund your medical treatment. And I don't ever want to be in that place again because it feels like being trapped. And I realize that as I make this video, the thing that my goals all have in common is that I want to be free. Free to express myself how I want to. Free from the worry of being blindsided financially. Free from someone else assigning me my lifestyle. And if you're watching this video, and especially if you got this far in, I have to believe that you want a lot of those same things. So find your why, because when your fun new routine that you've set for yourself ends up becoming a chore, it's gonna be your why that keeps you pushing forward. Something that I try to remind myself of all the time when I feel like phoning it in, which is often, by the way, is that nobody's coming to save you, you know? It's up to you. But that's powerful. It's up to you. So when you inevitably hit roadblocks this year, and when you have those moments where all the goals you've set for yourself feel impossible, and when your mind tries to trick you and tell you that you didn't really care about those goals that much anyways, or you could just try again next week or next month or next year, it's those times when your why is going to be what makes the difference. And just remember that pushing forward when it's easy, well, it's easy. But pushing forward when it sucks and when you want to quit is when it counts.